are Nicki and Carlo, and our family live in Positano, Italy, nearly 500 steps from the road, but surrounded by fruit and olive trees and with a fabulous view. Our garden overlooks the sea and we grow our own food. We show you what life is really like on the Amalfi coast. So please subscribe and welcome to the Positano Diaries. It is pretty busy today on the beach, even though you can't really see the sun. I don't know how they managed to sit there, it's so hot on the sand.
Faccio degli esempi, ok, tipo una persona che va la prima volta a casa del fidanzato o della fidanzata, no? Poi la mamma magari cucina qualcosa che è orribile, tu che fai? Gli dici fa schifo veramente?
No, ma non dici che è buona, fine al mondo, non faccio questo.
Sì, che cosa gli dici?
Vuoi chiamare? È stata una bella serata.
Gli dici ma ti...
No!
Shut up everybody, I'm trying to record a video. I am down with Elizabeth. I haven't seen her for a record 6 whole days. So she called me up and invited me out on a boat, and she's just said it's the only way to get me down here, which is not true. I would have come down yesterday, except it was so hot I had to stay at home. Anyhow, it's very, very hazy, very, very humid and hot, and we're going to go at, what's that?
Rose's tail.
It's a mermaid tail, so we're going to put mermaid tails on and go sit on a boat somewhere. And we are going with Nicola. They're already there waiting for me. I'm late.
Io mi stavo facendo un bagno.
Niente, l'incanto.
Bagnato.
We go first to the beach level, no?
Yeah.
So we check with the sun and take
Yeah.
orange umbrellas. Per fare e dopo ad Amalfi. Prende un gelato.
We're just pulling into the little beach of La Porta, and look who's here. Sky. We've just pulled into the beach of Santa Croce in Amalfi. I'm looking a bit wind swept now, but we're going to get off, and I'm not sure what we're doing actually. We've got a couple of board that are taking some photos, and they want to take some photos with the orange umbrellas, and we'll have a quick refreshing cool drink, and then we'll head off to Amalfi. It's very quiet because it is about 4:30 in the afternoon right now. We are boat hopping across from this boat to Nicola's boat. Well, Elizabeth's boat that Nicola drives. This boat that's passing is painted the colours of the Italian police force, the Carabinieri, but it is not a Carabinieri boat.
Rosy, metti un sorriso.
Asking permission to disembark. Disembark? Dove disembarco?
Elizabeth and I are going to take the girls up into Amalfi for an ice cream quickly. They're going to go off and do some photos, and we will meet up with them in about half an hour. Leni is taking us to this tiny little shop next to Panza, which sells the Amalfi handmade paper. Wonderful for gifts.
Bene, siamo tornati. Questo da 6 euro, quello la più grande. No, esattamente.
O così forse.
Beautiful. It's like Harry Potter style books, aren't they?
Anche
Guarda, ti piace? L'amore infinito, sì, così. Guarda i colori, guarda, bella.
Guarda la mia amica. Sta guardando la
Gioia. Filastrello di plastica, questo è vintage di legno.
Attenzione, attenzione.
I love this. This is a brilliant gift. This is a feather quill, absolutely beautiful, with a little bottle of ink and some writing paper in an envelope. And there's even a little mini version with purple ink. Oh, I think I might have to get that. Now into Panza to get some cakes.
Avete anche i cucchiaini?
I just went to buy something in that shop and I went to pay and I put the notes on the counter and I put some coins on the counter and then I took the notes back and I put them in my bag and tried to walk out the shop and she had to stop me. It's so embarrassing.
This is the typical sfogliatella from here with come si dice? La crema pasticcera.
Like custard.
Yeah. Okay. Then this is full with chocolate, This is also with cream. This is almond, an almond cake. White chocolate, dark chocolate, meringa.
I would say that's ricotta and pear, wouldn't you?
He told me white chocolate.
Okay.
I don't know. And 2 tiramisu.
Oh my god.
Dai, vieni.
Yes.
This one.
Questo beautiful.
Nicola.
Era divertentissimo. Oggi era bello.
New project in the garden. What is Carlo inventing today? Tommy's also here. Gonna give him a hand.
Queste qui sono piante di zucchine siciliane. Questi qua si allungano e poi fanno delle zucchine lunghe così, che possono essere ornamentali o anche da mangiare. Mio padre le cucina e adesso facciamo qualcosa per cui anziché andare verso giù vanno un po' verso fuori e poi al limite vanno giù e quindi hanno uno spazio per crescere. Creiamo un terrazzo per le zucchine siciliane. Lo devi cacciare fuori qua. Diciamo che praticamente l'ho fatto già io.
Io ti mantengo e tu lo devi vedere.
Lascia. Vai, vai. Vai. Ecco fatto, si spera che adesso andrà bene così, speriamo.
It is crazy hot at the moment. I think it must be about 38, 39 degrees Celsius today. We spent most of the day hiding away in the living room. It's too hot to even go in the pool. But this afternoon I have been invited to an art class, and I haven't been to an art class since I was finishing high school, so when I was about 18 years old. So I'm sure my skills are pretty rusty, but it looks like I'm going to be putting them to the test this afternoon. This is going to be interesting. Now on this street there is the remains of one of the oldest graffitis in Positano. And here it is. It is a Saracen sailing boat. You can just see the shape of it with the hull. And it's partly covered now, unfortunately. But that is very, very old.
C'è una barca, guarda. Una barca dei Saraceni, quelli che hanno portato la Madonna.
Sono caduta proprio dal letto. Ho girato, girato.
Marta, Marta.
You can't hide your arrival with this lot, can you? So noisy. So here's the setup. It's very exciting.
Beautiful. Fatto, yeah.
Very wintry scene. And while we are painting, they will bounce with a sea view. Hello. Hello, beautiful. Come si chiama?
Oreo.
Oreo. Oops.
Prendilo. Che luce? Perché adesso lo sai che
Strong women.
And you men. Strong.
No, I think I also
So when we before we get action, then there's the
the bathroom straight.
So no, who knows if you know it is
Because we're sort of like not really.
10 years ago.
The rest of the class has arrived.
Vai Rosy, vai con tu. Faccio l'acqua. No.
a lot of things that you can do when it comes to like texture and transparency. So I had maybe you know. So if you could add some different.
Really clear.
Salmon color. You looking at the picture?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's my hair.
Bello, Monet.
Allora, qualcuno ha chiesto se le patate si tolgono con le mani. Sì e no, si usa questa e anche le mani ovviamente.
Okay, let's have a demonstration. So the potatoes were planted this winter, and you pick them when the plants die off. A lot of these plants are now turning yellow, but it's so hot at the moment. We'd normally wait for the plants to completely die off. So Luca has given the go-ahead to dig up the potatoes now, and they look like they are perfectly ready.
Allora, per non affettare le patate con la zappa, Olli, dov'è? Si vede qua, se Olli si sposta, ci sono delle strisce, si intravede.
No, she's sitting in the striscia now. Come here! Come out the way! Vieni qua! Ok.
Allora, dicevo, per non affettare le patate, qui si vede dov'è il sulco. Allora, qui sono le patate, al centro di ogni sulco.
Sì.
Quindi quando si va giù con questa, bisogna andare qui. Se si va un po' più qua, si tagliano tutte le patate. Non le vogliamo tagliare adesso, le tagliamo quando sono pronte per cucinare, giusto?
Sì.
Se qualcuno si dovesse chiedere come mai sono a piedi scalzi, mi piace di più così. 2, non mi farò male. Può succedere, ovviamente, può sempre succedere qualcosa, come quando guidi l'auto, no? Tu pensi che non succederà mai, ma poi succedono gli incidenti per colpa tua o per colpa di altre persone. Comunque non mi sono mai affettato un piede fino ad oggi e non lo voglio fare adesso.
Also, might as well point out that most men in Positano spend the whole summer barefoot if they possibly can. It's quite normal here. Are you sitting on the potatoes? You want to help? Can you dig potatoes? Don't just lie on them, dig them. What are you doing? You are a silly thing, aren't you? And we are just in time because this is my potato basket that I keep in the pantry and there is nothing in it. So I'm now going to refill it with some beautiful freshly dug up potatoes. Doing this one-handed is not easy. Everywhere but the basket. Now, yesterday when Elizabeth was here with the girls, they were on the swing and they were bouncing around quite a lot on the swing, and the 2 giant lemons that we had have fallen off. Thankfully they didn't hit either of the girls because they probably would have knocked them out. But anyhow, here we have giant lemon number 1 and giant lemon number 2. So I thought it would be fun to dissect one because I've always cut them in half through the middle here, but I thought I'd do it lengthways and show you what it looks like inside, because everyone's always quite surprised about the inside of these, and everybody thinks that you can use these to make limoncello and all sorts of things. You can't. They're very, very dry inside. They're all pith and no juice. Okay, so here we have the biggest lemon from our bread lemon tree. It is very knobbly and very cellulite-y, as you can see. And I normally cut these lemons this way around, but today we're going to cut it this way around so you can see exactly what it looks like inside. And why we can't make limoncello with it. There you go. There is not much juice at all in there. It's actually quite juicy, this one, but as you can see there's not much of it. It's quite sweet, it's not bitter, you can easily suck on it, eat it, chew it, and this pith can be cubed and put in salads. You can put it in water, you can't do much with it. I mean, that's pretty much it. Obviously you could zest the lemon, but you'd have to give it a good old scrub first. And there you go. Now if I cut it that way, you can see, if I put that together, exactly how big the lemon part is. It's completely edible. It's got the texture, almost the texture of an apple, I'd say. Very, very mild and very nice. I think I might actually put this in a salad today. Time for apricot harvest. Carlo has rigged up this little net here which will catch most of the apricots, And all you have to do is shake the tree and they all come rolling into the net. Here are a few that came rolling down while we were putting up the net. I've got my jam jars out and ready. Got new lids, they're upstairs somewhere. And we'll probably leave it another couple of days or so that the apricots are a little bit ripe, because they're not 100% ripe yet. But at least they'll fall into the net now. Something that happens fairly often is that I've got something that I want to show you in the garden somewhere, but I've got to go out and I'm pretty sure that when I get back it's not going to be there anymore. That is the case this morning. So we had all the rest of the potatoes to dig up, and as you can see they've all been dug up behind me. It's all clear here now. Now Carlo didn't really have time to do it because he obviously has a full-time job, and so does Luca, so neither of them have had time to do it. Now I've tried in the past and literally rips my hands to shreds, and I'm literally doubled over in back pain for like, I just can't do it. I'm just not strong enough to do it. I've tried. So we actually hired somebody to dig up the potatoes for us this year, and Pepe has just gone. He got here at 5 o'clock this morning, poor thing, but he's been digging in, at least there's no sun, so he's been doing it in the shade. The sun is just starting to arrive now. It's about 9 in the morning, and this is what he's dug up. So we've got lots and lots of potatoes that now need to be separated. What we do is we separate them so that we've got all the little new potatoes in some crates, and then we've got the bigger ones in others. And if there's any really big ones that are good for jacket potatoes, we'll keep them in a separate crate as well. So that needs to be done today. While Pepe was here, I offered him coffee earlier and he said he's already had some. Here is the proof that he's had water, biscuits and coffee. He has also dug up all of the onions. So again, all of this needs to be sorted through. The onions need to be separated from the weeds and separated from male and female. The ones with the flower on the end have to be kept separately from the other ones, and then they all have to be plaited. So that all needs to be done this morning, and I have to go out for brunch. So hopefully when I get back I can give a hand sorting out all the potatoes and onions. I'm not very good at plaiting the onions. Luca's good at that. In fact, Luca and Carlo's dad tried to teach me when he used to come up to the garden years ago. He spent quite a while trying to teach me how to plait the onions, and I've never quite got the hang of it. I will give it another go today if Luca's got the patience to teach me. We also have our apricots, which are starting to fall into the net that Carlo's rigged up. There's quite a few in there now. The only problem is, how on earth do we get them out? So I'm going to get them out later. I'm going to wash them, split them and dehydrate them, which is something that I haven't done before, but I did buy a dehydrator this winter and I've been using it to dehydrate herbs and flowers, and now I'm going to attempt to dehydrate apricots. So we've got some dried apricots for the winter, which would be lovely.
Cioccolato, un po' di cioccolato. Sì, va bene.
So I've never done this before, it could not work, hopefully it will work. So I've got some halved apricots that I have just left in 1 part lemon juice and 4 parts water for a couple of minutes, and now I'm going to put them on the trays in the dehydrator, and it might take quite a while, like 10 hours, 20 hours, I don't know. I've never done it before, as I said. So I'm just going to see what happens. Turn it on, turn it up, and leave it. It's very quiet, it just sits there puffing away. That's a lot of onions. Okay, look, it didn't come down today, so we haven't platted any of them. I will give it a go maybe tomorrow.
Allora, questa settimana abbiamo avuto un sacco di lavoro qui nel giardino. Abbiamo scavato le patate, anche se alla fine mi sono fatto aiutare perché non ce la facevo da solo, mi è venuto il mal di schiena, la mia povera schiena. E niente, stamattina abbiamo raccolto invece questi.
Lots more apricots. I have been busy making jam with the apricots and the plums that you saw us collecting. I will show you in the next video how I make the jam, because a lot of people are asking, even though I did cover it last year. I make cheats jam. It's not like real proper jam, it's the easy way to make jam, but it tastes really good and really fruity. So I'm going to go through that with you next week. I will also show you the results of the drying of the apricots.
Se avete notato bene, Nicki mi ha tagliato I capelli. Guardate come sono bello adesso.
I gave him a haircut yesterday afternoon, yeah. So yeah, we're just very, very busy in the garden, trying to preserve as much as we can, and we'll be doing more of that next week, but interspersing with fun things as well around town. So thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and if you have, thank you very much, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye.
Ciao.